Jarette,
How you doing?
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. How you doing?
Yeah, good man. How you going?
I'm a little tired, to be honest with you, but I'm good. I have no complaints, man.
Yeah, your life has been upside down, brother. It's been thrown into all directions.
Wasn't quite as I wasn't really expecting this, to be honest with you, but here we are.
Here we go.
That's it, yeah.
You gotta do what you gotta do, brother.
Exactly.
Lekker,
How
man.
are you going?
Yeah, good. Thanks. There's no complaints. Nice and warm in Durban, always. So it's good.
Oh, you're nice and warm there, hey?
Yeah, bro. We can't complain. It's been the best bloody winter we've ever had.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Are you in Cape Town?
Nice. I'm in Cape Town, yeah. I was in Durban a little while ago. I was actually quite surprised. The weather seems to have changed there from when I was a youngster. I don't know if it's maybe I'm just getting older and my
In which
body's
way? In
changed.
which way? What would you say?
But not so humid. It used to be much more humid when I was younger. Am I just imagining it?
Maybe, I don't know. But remember, I was from the Free State, so I'll never forget, I drove down, in fact, from Joburg, and that immediate feeling of your hands just being like wet, and it's that fatty
Yeah,
feeling.
yeah.
And it was crazy. Like within 3 months, boom, it just, your body just acclimates. Is that the word? I think that's the word. It just adapts, eh?
Yeah,
So when I go back to Joburg now, my lips crack, my nose bleeds after 2 nights.
yeah, yeah. Yeah, I also battle. I've been going back and forth there for a while now, and I also battle with the climate there now, man. And the heat is insane. I can't do the heat in Johannesburg.
Yeah. The thing about Cape Town, I flip and love Cape Town, right? I love it. I love your restaurants. I love everything about Cape Town. It's just that there is 8 months of excruciating winter.
It's like someone slapping you in the face all day long, like this.
I'm telling you right now,
Is it annoying? Is it annoying?
yeah, I played my last season at Western Province, and this is my arrival in Western Province in Cape Town. So I'm staying with a mate of mine, Rian Salya, and
Yeah.
arrived at night at 8, 9 o'clock, so it's dark. So I go to bed. We have a beer. I go to bed. I wake up that next morning. I'm normally up early, so I wake up and I check. It's quite dark, but it can't be because I'm looking at it's 8 o'clock. It's kind of dark, and I open the curtains like that. I tell you, it's pitch dark. It's cloudy. It's raining. The wind is blowing. There was a lamp outside. I could see the rain like at a 45 angle degree coming down. Like I'm going, what am I doing in this place?
Yeah, it's nasty, eh? Very, very nasty, yeah.
So, brother,
Yeah.
geez, tell me, man. I'm excited to hear. Firstly, let's start it from the start. It's like, how did this thing start? I've obviously read up a little bit about it, but I'd like to hear your opinion.
Yeah, so I mean, listen, it started off the back of a video. Somebody said I should start a group, which I did. But basically, what happened was I was very much like the rest of us, and caught up in the media and the news. And I mean, not to blame the media houses or anything, but the general news that we've been getting has been very hectic. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on in the country. And the politics and all that kind of stuff. You start to go into a bad space, mental space, and then you start reacting differently to people. And before you know it, we're all perpetuating this feeling of fear and anger and uncertainty towards one another. And our attitude is like, how do we get out of here? So what I wanted to do was change myself, change my attitude by changing the words I was speaking. And I made a video about that. I said our words are very powerful, and maybe it's time we start being grateful for what we do have. And that sparked somebody to say, start a group, and then I started the group, and then bang.
But I love that. I love that because words are powerful. Words and thoughts are the most powerful stuff. And your thoughts is almost the secondary action to your what comes out of your mouth. So I agree with you 100%. So what you say will you eventually believe.
Yeah. And you manifest that.
And you manifest. And what you think, you will become. So there's the
Yeah.
saying, actually, I read it the other day, you will probably become what you think you are. And so the thoughts come from actions and what comes out. Yeah.
Exactly. And it's that simple. And, you know, I've caught a lot of flack lately. Guys are like, you know, you can't put your head in the sand. And, you know, we're not putting our head in the sand. I mean, I'm not an idiot. I know what's going on around me. I know things are bad. But I also know that there's no ways of us coming out of it unless I try to change my attitude and unless I put some inspired action into place. And that's the thing for us, you know. The thing is, what we've noticed about the group, and especially now that it's with this massive capacity, I mean, we're on our way to 600,000 now. I mean, every time I'm reading these messages, there's one woman now was talking about being cut off by a taxi. And normally she would have gone into a fit of road rage. And instead, she waited for the taxi and then waved the taxi into the lane. Now, that's a complete adjustment in our social psyche, the way that we're treating each other on the ground. That is how you start to change your country. It's by ourselves changing our own actions and then later affecting other people in a positive way. And before you know it, you spread and your light's gotten so bright that you just don't have the darkness anymore. And I think that's our model. You know, that's really what we're trying to achieve here. And it looks like it's working, you know. I mean, it's only early days. It's 4 weeks in, but today's our anniversary, by the way. So it's our 1 month.
Congratulations, yeah. Nice.
Yeah, so listen, I mean, in 1 month, we've gotten almost 600,000 South Africans to join in, you know, and I think that's incredible. You know,
no, it is incredible. And, you know, for 1 second, let's just forget about the negativity that's around it and the people that say funny things. Let's forget that for 1 second. We'll talk about it later. But, mate, it's an incredible thing. It doesn't matter what people think, some people think of it. What you guys have done is an incredibly positive thing and something that's unheard of. How do you build 500,000 followers in a month? And I almost want to say, like, take this the right way. It's not you or your friends. It's people. People are hungry for this. People are hungry for this. I'm hungry for change. I'm hungry for to feel better, to talk better, to and listen. You're right. This thing might not be the answer for us right now, but it's a step. It's something. It's something that gives hope to people, whether you're white or black or orange. It doesn't matter. It's a step into the right direction. Like, I mean, I've read a little bit now, obviously, before I started talking to you, and immediately on the internet, when you open up, there's the good stuff, and then you can immediately follow the negative stuff. So that's there, and that's always going to be there, right? That's always going to be there.
Yes,
so no one reach certain heights and not get the flack or get the wins, the tall tree story. So whether you're a sportsman,
let me tell you.
But whether you're a sportsman or a businessman that become a billionaire, or a sportsman that play top level, they're the people that think it's the best thing in the world, and they're the people that call it what you will, jealousy, anger, their own issues. That's okay. Let that be. I just want to say, you keep on doing what you're doing. Just keep on. Don't try and not take that other stuff in. But I know it's hard because it's there. It's in your face.
No, listen. First of all, I really like what you said, because it's not about me. And all I did was start a group, and all I did was sort of shape that group a little bit. And we've got a lot of people to come in and support us from the background. But this thing is a collective. It's a collective of 600,000 South Africans. And the collective is speaking. The collective is moving this thing and keeping the momentum going. So it's gone way past us, way past me or anybody else. And I've been saying that for a while now. You know, this whole thing is bigger than me. Hopefully, if one day I'm not the only more, God forbid, this thing will continue to grow, and whatever it might be, who knows? But it's definitely a collective now, and it's got a mind of its own now. You know, it's in its own.
Absolutely. It's kind of almost out of your hands a little bit, not totally, but it's going. It's got wheels.
We're just sort of shaping it now, you know. We're just sort of like steering it, guiding it, and we've got some cool stuff that we're bringing into it to keep it spicy. But that's exactly it. I mean, it's going. It's on its own. It's moving.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about that, though. What are the spicy things? Because obviously, like you say, cool. I mean, you've got to do some stuff now to
keep it going.
And you know, give it longevity, right? So what are those things that you guys are planning?
Yeah. So today we're going to make a public announcement about this, so I'm not going to drop any names yet.
Sure.
But so today we had a very good meeting with a very well-known crowdfunding company. I mean, you don't need not rocket science to figure out who it is. But so we are aligning, and we are just about to launch a public funding mechanism, which will white label and put it into hashtag I'm staying. There's websites going up and this sort of stuff. So now what we've done is, once this public fund opens, we're actually going to start a poll, and the guys that put the money in, or the group itself, will actually determine what happens to that money. So we now the group is not only a conscious collective, but it's actually interacting with our achievements, our initiatives. So this is something that's pretty unique, I think. It makes it very, very organic, and it makes it very democratic, because all of a sudden now the people get to say, you know, it's not like somebody says, cool, thanks, I've got your money, and we're going to allocate it here, here, and here. We'll give them an option of 5 different options, for example, and we decide which is going to be the best one. And then from there, we'll tell the story, and we'll track that whole, the progression and the success and the failures and whatever comes with it, you know. But the group will be in it and a part of it, which I think is something very special.
No, that's amazing. That's really cool. Gives people
so that's
ownership, right?
What's that?
Give people ownership.
You give people ownership, exactly. It's their success. You know, what we're really trying to drive home here is the fact that we want people to realize how much power they actually have. We have power as individuals. We have power as a collective. We have a lot of power as a collective. And we also have the ability to be able to make decisions as a collective. You know, and we really want to explore this and test the boundaries and see how far we can get with that, because I think it's important that we realize that, no, we are not incapable of making decisions as a group. We're not. We are very capable of guiding and steering and making decisions as a whole. So that's going to be interesting to watch. Then the other thing that I touched on our website is, they're busy making a website up for us now. And in the website, we're going to have a whole bunch of cool stuff. One of them is merchandising. Merchandising will work very similar to this. So basically, we're in the process of setting up the NGO. And funds that come in for merchandising will go towards operational costs and then towards additional business initiatives. So the idea is we'll source funding from the group, and then we'll also source funding from merchandising. That'll be things like caps and shirts and all that kind of stuff. As part of the merchandise initiative, there's a company that's been appointed, and that company has got to now employ employees, and the products that they're using are all manufactured in South Africa, all local stuff, made by South Africa for South Africa. So, you know, if we're keeping in line with our theme in terms of stimulating the South African economy, and only the South African economy. We've got events that are coming up, which I'm very excited about. The events are going to be epic, because inside the events are also interactive business initiatives actually in the events. So, like, we'd have a music event, for example, that would be Johannesburg, Cape Town, Durban. We're hoping to fill all the stadiums. And within there, we'll have businesses that might have been informal or needing assistance or finance or whatever the case is. We'll plug them into these events. So while everyone's having a good time, they'll be supporting local businesses, and those businesses will be able to use those funds to further themselves. So we've got some crazy, outlandish ideas. You know, we're dealing on a completely different level to most of our NGOs up there. And I think that it's interactive, it's fun, it's got legs. You know, it's accountable, it's transparent. And it's fun more than anything. It's fun.
Yeah.
So
have you guys got someone to assist you now? I mean, like, this is a big deal. This is a lot of work. This is a lot of thinking to think out of the box to make this thing. So have you got people that came in and said, listen, hey, Jarette, listen, we want to get in, we want to assist with ideas or with whatever?
Yeah. So listen, we've been approached by everybody.
I can imagine.
So I mean, like, half of the trick really has been to navigate your way through all the stuff that comes flying at you, you know, which has been very difficult. But luckily, very luckily, I found some very, very good advisors very early on that have been helping to sort of steer and guide me as I go along. We don't want to be everything to everybody. So what we are is a platform. We've got a big audience. And there are guys that have got their expertise in certain fields. You've got events companies, their expertise. You've got guys that are in business, their expertise. So what we want to do is rather white label and all these different features, bring them into our platform, partner with companies that have got the expertise already, and drive it that way instead of trying to be everything to everything.
Yes.
So that way, it's a knock-on effect in terms of all the people that benefit, companies that benefit, and hopefully the outcome is something that we can really look back at one day and be proud of it.
Mm. Tell me, have you guys had support from Facebook? Have they gotten on board? Do they know what's going on?
Listen, this is very interesting. So I don't know how accurate this is, but I got sent this link from someone that said it's a link for the highest performing groups, Facebook groups in the world. Now,
wow.
Okay. We are ranked at 4. Our group is ranked at 4 in the world. Not by size, but by weekly performance.
By growth.
Yeah, by growth in time, growth in period. We are outperforming. We're in the top 10 in the world.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
It's nuts. It's nuts. But I haven't heard anything from Facebook, so I'm hoping that they're gonna at least come. Like, Mark's gonna be like, "Hey, Jay, well done."
Mr. Zuckerberg for you.
Yeah, Mr. Zucker. We can call me Mr. Petzer.
That's amazing, bud.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, yeah. I hope we just keep the momentum. I hope we just keep it growing. But I think we will, with all the initiatives that we got planned. So.
But I think that's the key, isn't it? I mean, and this is one of the things I've read before as well. Someone was saying, yeah, but what if the hype, blows over? What then? And hence my other question. So it's got to be, the ideas have got to be sharp, and you've got to have people around you that can assist with those things. And it sounds like yeah, which is great. I mean, that's the way forward.
Yeah. So hopefully, I mean, like we've got some fantastic assistants, some very, very well-respected, highly skilled people to assist. But the other thing that we want to do is a lot of storytelling, AJ, and I think that is also going to be key to keeping this thing going.
Fact, let me ask you this: you've now obviously seen all the. In fact, let me ask you this first. So when people send a story, it comes through to you guys, and you guys vet kind of what is acceptable or not. Obviously, some things you don't want on there, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
How does that process work?
So we've got a set of rules. They're very basic. It's basically be nice. Those are the rules. Be nice. Don't advertise. Don't bring religion into it. Don't bring politics into it. So all the things that we know create contention are the things that we've tried to ask people to leave at the door. Some people have adjusted well to it. Other people have not. I mean, a lot of guys are like, we want to have an opinion, and we said that's fine. You can have an opinion and you can have conversations, but those need to happen on other groups and other platforms. This is our place of safety. So we've regulated stuff according to a set of rules, and those rules we've got 40 odd moderators now working in the background. 40.
Wow!
And it's not enough. If I'm looking at my page right now, we've got a backlog of over 10,000 posts.
That's crazy.
That's nuts. So that's how we control.
Sorry, let me ask. I mean, if obviously you don't have to answer if you don't want to answer. It's just I'm intrigued. Who pays these people? Are they for free? How does it work?
They just want to serve the country, They just want to serve the country. These guys haven't asked for a cent. Everybody that's committed to this thing so far hasn't made a cent out of it. It's been something that I think people have been passionate about. So.
And I think this is something people don't know. Like people, I don't know if you've spoken about this before or not, but
there's a lot of speculation going out. Guys have been saying that we're looking to monetize this thing, and we absolutely are looking to monetize it. We have to. If it's gonna fulfill the functions that we want it to, it needs to earn revenue, and we can't. I think one of the big issues that you'll find with MPOs and NGOs is that they're very heavily reliant on sponsorships and that sort of thing, and we don't want to be in that position. We want to be self-funded. Because number one, when you start opening the door for sponsorships, it gets tricky because where do you draw the line? And we'd rather have business partners and people that are working according to our mechanisms, our model, that assist us to fund through services and through delivery and through products and that sort of thing. So, sorry, I lost my track there.
No, it doesn't matter. So, what would you? And this is the main thing I actually want to get across, or for you to speak to the people. What would you say to those people that just spew the negativity on this thing? I mean, it was a little bit frustrating for me this afternoon doing a bit of research, and the thing that's been so beautiful
Yeah.
for me on Facebook to see all the beautiful stories, and then
Yeah.
for me it's just been an incredibly refreshing thing to see people from all colors and sizes telling these beautiful stories. And then when I did my research this afternoon, damn it, so they're the people that there's always that
it's like that. It's like that little spot. It's like a little blemish on your perfect paint job, right? You just want to rub it away.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you want to say to those people? I mean,
Listen, I mean, for me, it's been quite tough, especially the last couple of days. There's been some very personal stuff that's sort of been thrown into the public spotlight, and it's tough. It's tough for me because I never started this thing with the intention of being anyone's messiah. You know, I just wanted to feel better about myself. Honestly, I didn't know it was going to do what it's done, and I'm at the moment I'm giving everything that I can, and I'm trying to do it for not selfish reasons. You know, I'm trying to do this for my country. I'm trying to do it for my children and for our future. I know a lot of guys have had some funny stuff to say about us, and it's quite hurtful. But you know, I hope that as our group develops and as our initiatives develop, that people will start to see the wood from the trees in terms of what this thing really is, not what it's not. And also that they can respect the fact that, you know, I'm not a perfect guy by any means, AJ. I've made plenty of mistakes in my life, plenty.
We all have, but there's no one is perfect.
Every mistake that I've made in my life has led me to this point.
Yeah.
And that's the reality, is that every decision, every mistake, every lesson that I've learned has led me right here. You know, I'll never regret that. And I'm a human being, but hashtag I'm staying, it's not about me. It's bigger than me. It's about something that's much greater than all of us. And I hope that we can keep our eye on the ball and keep focused on the important stuff and leave everything else at the door. You know? And that's all I have to say. And I've got no hard feelings towards anybody. I just want us to try and get along.
Sure. So, I mean, what's happening with your work now? I mean, you're in the real estate. How do you keep work going on the side?
Well, I'm not keeping it going. I mean, it's impossible. I've got to come into this thing full time because it's very, very demanding. You can imagine, you know, it's I'm quite blessed at the moment because I've got some really cool people involved with me to help manage the page. So I'm very high level on the page at the moment, where I've got like guys that are in it and actively managing it for me. And this is freeing me up to have, you know, to spend more time with media, to keep driving things, to keep talking to the press, and to also, you know, not start formulating these partnerships, crashing them out, getting all the agreements in place, and actually getting the wheels turning. You know, so that's what I need to do now. It's what I've got to focus very heavily on in the next month or two, so that this thing doesn't lose momentum and that we can continue to grow.
Yeah. Listen, I mean, look, I don't know everything, but I think people around me that I've seen a bit of a change in, you know, seeing this, reading this. I like I said in the beginning, I needed to see this. I needed to see that there are other people that think like I think. And this whole process, every day on Facebook, when I see it, I say, geez, like, okay, brilliant. So there are people that think like I do. I'm not alone. And even I even think like this kind of things started changing people's perception, whether you're black or white or yellow, it doesn't matter. You know, I think we're very tribal. As humans, we're tribal. So you kind of stick in your tribe, right? And anything that's outside of this tribe is an uncomfort. So another language, another skin color, another religion, those things are naturally almost a bit of a threat just because you don't understand it, right?
Yeah.
And so
exactly,
this process for me has really showed, okay, this is cool, man. There are people in other tribes that have got the same love as me in my heart. I can see it now with the stories. And that's the beauty, man. That's beautiful.
Yeah. That's exactly, I mean, you hit the nail on the head there, haven't you? Because all of a sudden we're getting to experience each other's cultures on a central platform, and everyone's having these aha moments. Everyone's like, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Oh, is that the way you do things?
Mm.
And instead of this this deep-seated division that we've had and fear, like you quite rightly stated, because it really is, human beings generally fear the things they don't know, and if you fear something, you end up not liking it.
Absolutely.
So that's also just human behavior. Now all of a sudden we've lifted the veil and everything, and we said, cool guys, now boom, you're all in some virtual space together. This is your home now. How you all get along, and conversations that we're having are real conversations. We're not like trying to debate or fight one another. We just discussing each other's cultures and differences, and that seems to be playing. I don't know. It's just doing something wonderful for us, right?
Yeah.
I mean, who knew?
Exactly. But now, so you said something in the beginning when you said about I think you said news that was affecting you negatively, and that. So I went through a very tough time about a few years ago.
Yeah.
Where I won't go into much detail, but I mean, I literally had a nervous breakdown one day, which is something I thought would never happen to me. Like, we're tough. We're all tough, flipping hell, we don't get broken. Anyway, this happened, and one of the things that there's many things that I've changed in the next 6 months to a year from that moment that got me shanana again. And one of the main things was I decided to not watch news anymore. In fact, I stopped my DSTV, and I would get up in the morning, make my coffee, put the news on, and walk around the house, do my stuff. In the meantime, I'm getting pounded by the negative news of the country, and I got no control. Someone phoning you.
Sorry, I've got people messaging me. It's coming through my phone. Sorry, man.
No problem. And
sorry,
no problem. So the thing is, you get bombarded by news non-stop, and you don't have control over that data that comes in. It's just negative, because that's how they sell news, because it's got to be negative. If it's good news, it's not worth it, right? And so I literally decided, that's it, flipping, no more news, stop my DSTV. But one of the best things I could have done, I watched YouTube, and on YouTube, if you subscribe to certain channels, it'll give you more of that. So my YouTube now, over the last 2 years, I've built up a beautiful feed of positive vibes and stuff that I'm interested in. I promise you, it's been the biggest flipping change, and that's exactly what you said.
Yeah, listen, it's very real. I mean, if you're constantly in a negative state, I think it puts you into a state of trauma, and we have been in a state of trauma for long here in South Africa, and you can see it the way everybody's reacting to this page. You can see it, like they needed this. This was medication. It's like somebody needed to mainline happiness, just to break away, because everybody was in a complete flat spin, and I get the media, I don't think the media intentionally sets out to try and screw us over. I really don't. I think that, like you say, we're convinced that negative stuff sells. So the media goes and fetches more of what it thinks people want to see. Yeah. What we're seeing is that people actually want to see some cool stuff. They don't want to see negative stuff. They want to feel bloody good about themselves. Yeah. So, but it's also been good to see the way the media has picked us up. I mean, the media has really, really, really supported us, in a fantastic way. I think even the media was getting sick of the media. They've really supported us. I mean, amazing. They've done like features on us. They've done, even now, I mean, it's just one thing after the next. And they're really helping us to get the message out there. So I've got to say, I'm very thankful to the media for what they've done. And if it wasn't for them, I don't think we would have got as much traction as quickly. Sure. In saying that, I mean, it's, I don't expect things to always be peaches and cream, and obviously, you've got to keep your head screwed on. But sure. But no. Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm with you. I think my point there is just one's got to be selective. Absolutely. With what you allow in here. Just. Absolutely. I think but you're right. I mean, for you guys, the media has been incredible. Like I can see it. Like it's great. Yeah. So what is one of the best stories that, like, if you had to retell a story, what would be the best one so far? Or was that a tough question? Everybody's asking me that question, and it's so difficult for me because I'm seeing so much. But I'll tell you one that I saw today. which was amazing. It was about this woman who, she was a little girl, and her mom appointed this lady who was 27 years old to come and as a housekeeper to her property. The mom set up a fund for this lady, and before she passed, she had actually left a whole lot of money to her in a will, and she had then released this fund that she created for this lady who was helping them clean the house. So she was actually able to, at the end of a few years, buy her own place, cash and whatever.
Wow.
And but this little girl had developed such a strong relationship with this lady that at the age of 80, they're still connected today. You know, she was only like 14 at the time or whatever the case is, but they're still connected today, friends today. She's been through, with this lady, she's been through divorces, she's been through death, she's been through her mom's passing, she's been through cancer, she's been through everything. And this has been her best friend, her mother, for all intents purposes. And I just, you know, when you hear a story like that, you realize that, you know, we're looking at things from a very, sometimes we get taught to look through things through a very filtered lens and not realize that through these processes, through these years, through this time, that really strong bonds and really strong connections are made. And I'm just so glad that we have a platform now where we can actually give, you know, we can give light to these stories, because these are the stories that are healing. I believe these are the stories that are helping us to heal right now.
100%.
You know, it's beautiful stuff, man.
Tell me, so if someone listened to this and if they want to help, how do they, and are you looking for help? I mean, what would people do?
Yeah, we're looking for anyone to put their hand up. I mean, at this stage, we need help in the moderation section, so guys to come behind the scenes and help us with the flow of data. We need guys to contribute to the page. I mean, even if it's a small thing, like just getting involved on the page, you know, helping us tell good stories and create a nice environment. Later down the line, there'll be more stuff where we're going to get guys to put their hands up, you know, but we don't know what that's going to look like right now, and that will be largely a responsibility of our partners. But as we need those requirements, we'll make announcements and that sort of thing. But for now, you know, just support us, you know, and that's all we ask. That's all we ask.
Yeah, well done, my brother, and good luck. I hope you get enough sleep in the next few weeks.
Yeah, thanks. I need it, man. I need a rest. It's been a crazy time, and even when I'm sleeping now, I'm not really sleeping. You know, like my mind is in two places always.
Yeah. No, shit, Jarette, from my side, well done, man. Yes, I enjoy it. I really enjoy it. I love seeing the things on a daily basis. It gives me a bit of a boost, and I know all my mates does as well. So well done, and well done to every one of you guys. Keep it stick.
Thank you so much, AJ. Listen, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Thanks, my boy. Thanks a lot, buddy. Cheers, appreciate it.
Ciao, bye.